Hi everyone, my name is Baptiste Pinson and welcome to my universe. If you love anything related to ancient Japan, Japanese mythology, Japanese folklore, all of this, you are in the right place. Now today we are going to dive into a topic that often confuses visitors to Japan and residents too, to be honest. What is the difference between a shrine and a temple?
You will find these structures everywhere in Japan, from the busiest city centers to the most remote mountain path. And while shrines and temples have a lot in common, they also have key differences.
Now, to make things really interesting, I will take you along to two fascinating examples of shrines and temples in western Tokyo. This one here, Takahatafudō in Hino, and then Ōkunitama Jinja, a shrine that you can find in Fuchu. Both of them are very close to each other. Let's get started.
Now, before our visit begins, a quick word regarding the nature of shrines and temples. Shrines are structures connected to Shinto, the indigenous religion of Japan, an animist system of belief centered on the worship of nature, ancestors, and deities or spirits known as kami, while temples are Buddhist. The two religions have peacefully coexisted since the latter's arrival during the 6th century, and even influenced each other through a form of syncretism known as Shimbutsu Shugo, until they were officially separated in the late 19th century. This being said, their purpose is quite different, since shrines are built to, well, enshrine or welcome kami, while temples are built as places to worship one or more Buddhist deities and saints. Ōkunitama Jinja, the shrine we visit today, is dedicated to Okuninushi, the former head of the earthly kami who was also syncretized with the deity Daikokuten, one of the 7 lucky gods. This shrine's history dates back to the 2nd century CE, and it is now considered one of the 5 major shrines of Tokyo. The temple we visit is Takahatafudoson, or in its full name, Takahata-san Myō-in Kongoji, a temple dedicated to the worship of Fudo Myo, one of the 5 wise kings. Its story dates back to the 8th century, and it is known as one of the 3 major Fudo temples in the Kanto region. As you prepare a visit to a religious place in Japan, you can guess which religion it belongs to, thanks to its name. Most shrines have names ending with the character Jinja, such as today's example, Ōkunitama Jinja. Their names can also end with gu or Jingu, especially if it is connected to a member of the imperial family. For example, Meiji Jingu in Tokyo, Atsuta Jingu in Nagoya, or the most sacred shrine in Japan, Ise Jingu. Taisha is another recognizable term ending the name of a shrine, especially those considered amongst the most important of the country, such as Izumo Taisha, Kasuga Taisha in Nara, or Fushimi Inari Taisha in Kyoto. Note that small shrines, such as those found on the side of the road, are called hokora, and portable shrines used to enshrine a kami for the time of a festival are called mikoshi. Temples have names ending with this character, which can be read ji, tera, or dera. So if you are about to visit a place ending in ji, tera, or dera, such as Kiyomizudera or Sensoji, this is a Buddhist temple. Upon arriving there, you will first pass through a gate. If the said gate is the most recognizable torii, you are visiting a shrine. If, on the other hand, you enter through a house-like structure with a roof, often flanked by fearsome guardian statues, this is a Buddhist temple. Before passing under a torii, bow once. It is considered proper to remain on the sides of the torii, since the central pass, the seichu, is reserved for the kami. On your way out, after you pass under the torii once more, turn around and give one last bow. A bow is also expected when passing through a temple's gate. Removing hats is considered polite, and you should avoid walking on the threshold. Note that torii gates may have different aspects. They can be made of wood, stone, or concrete, and range from bright red to grey or brown, and sometimes other colors like gold. Temples' gates, the sanmon, also have many variations. After the gate, with both shrines and temples, the visitor will usually come upon an ablution pavilion known as temizuya or chozuya, and the way to use them is the same as well. First, if there are some, grab a ladle with the right hand, scoop some of the flowing water, then rinse your left hand. Move the ladle to the left hand and rinse the right one. Exchange one more time, pour water in your left and use this water to rinse your mouth. You can then rinse your left hand again. Then lift the ladle so that the water may wash the handle as it goes down, and then put it back. Now that you have been purified, you may proceed to pray in front of a hole. Oftentimes, you will find an offering box in front of holes and shrines where worshippers toss a coin. 5-yen coins are the best, but other coins will do as well. Then comes the second big difference between shrines and temple, the prayer. In a temple, praying is fairly simple. Quietly join your hands flat against one another and offer a light bow of the head. No need to clap at temples. Prayers at shrines are slightly more complicated. After tossing a coin, bow twice like this. Clap your hands twice. Keep them joined together while you pray to the kami. You may want to lower your head a little. Then separate your hands and bow one more time with a feeling of gratitude in your heart as you do. To attract the attention of the kami or a Buddhist deity, you can sometimes find a rope connected to a bell or a gong or some other objects like a bowl. Feel free to use them between tossing the coin and beginning your prayer. Large temples and shrines have several buildings, including a worshipping hall, the main hall, secondary ones, living and administrative quarters, buildings to display relics, pagodas in the case of temples, kagura den for sacred dances at shrines, and sometimes sumo rings as well. Now, there is something I used to find quite surprising and fairly confusing as well, is that even within temples and within shrines, you have structures that belong to the other religions. So, for example, right now we are in the Takahatafudoson temple, and yet you have a small shrine dedicated to the kami of rice, Inari, right there. So this is a proof of acceptance between the two religions and how they used to live, coexist together for like many centuries before. Shinto shrines host a sacred object known as shintai, the kami's body, the item where the kami are enshrined. This item, which can be many things, including mirrors, weapons, jewels or more, is hidden, unless the shintai is an element of nature, such as a tree, a rock or a mountain. Temples, on the other hand, present their statues and relics to the sight of all. One more cue that you are in a temple is the presence of a graveyard. Japanese people, for the majority, receive Buddhist funerals. Graveyards are, as such, found in Buddhist temples. One last aspect differentiating shrines and temples: the people working and maintaining them. Shinto priests, called kanushi, and shrine maidens, the famous miko, can be found in shrines and perform many ritualistic tasks, from the first visit of a baby, a ritual called omiyamairu, to marriages, kagura dances, and many more. They work as the medium between people and the kami. Many shrines are rather small and do not need a dedicated priest. As such, a kanushi might be responsible for several shrines. Within temples, one can find monks or priests and nuns. It is possible at some temples to participate in meditation sessions, join the monks for a meal, or even spend the night there. In both temples and shrines, you may be able to purchase ofuda talisman, omamori amulets, ema tablets to write your wish on, and other charms and sacred items like hamaya arrows and daruma dolls. You may also draw a fortune lot known as omikuji, a piece of paper that will give you some indication about your luck, how to reach your goals, and, according to the place, share a poem or contain a talisman as well. 今日は大吉. If your luck, as inscribed on the omikuji, is not optimistic, tie it with others like it so that it may be burnt, thus cleaning your bad luck away. Now, whether you are visiting a shrine or a temple, be sure to show the respect due to a center of worship. This means, among other things, no picture where they are forbidden, usually inside the halls, no pull-ups from torii, irreverent pictures with statues, and, as much as possible, try not to dress in a manner that is too revealing.
Thank you very much for watching this video until the end. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe and let me know your thoughts in the comments. I have left a few questions for you there as well. And if you too love anything related to ancient Japan, be sure to check out my novels Undead Samurai and Blood of the Kami. You are in for a treat. Cheers!